Hallo allemaal. Hi everyone. Welcome to my third video for you guys. It's become a little chillier here, but it's still very pretty to be outside. So yes, let's start with our Hatha practice. And this time let's start in Shavasana. So we're going to start on our backs. Oh yeah, and it would be handy to have a block and maybe a blanket or a pillow to sit on later on in the practice, and a block for our beginning asanas. All right, so come to your mat, lay down on your back in Shavasana. First, give yourself a moment to arrive on the mat. Whatever your day has been like already, see if you can shake it off. And really put your mind on your practice here, now, at this moment. So get comfortable. See if you can let go of any tension anywhere already. Close your eyes. And start observing the breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Just observing. And then start to feel, where does that breath go? We'd like to establish a nice deep belly breath. So send that inhale down to your belly. And exhale, nice and complete. And then start noticing the rise and fall of your navel. Maybe already you notice the breath filling out the sides of your back. And your lower back. Good. Now that we have focused on our breath a little, try and throughout the practice keep an easy breath. Try to not strain anywhere, just let it flow. Now come and put your legs together, your arms together overhead. Just take a nice stretch. Both feet pointed, feet flexed. And then only your right side, so reach with your right hand and reach and point your right foot. And reach on the left. And point your left feet. Just a nice stretch to check in on your body. Good. And then take your hands under your head. So cup your head with your hands. And then let's take our feet to the right corner of our mat. And pick up our head and take our head to the right, also the right corner of our mat. And then you lay in a little banana shape again. See if you can relax your shoulders here and even your legs. Notice the breath. Good, and then bring them to the middle and your head back to center, and then take it to the left. So legs to the left, pick up your head to the left. The feet can just fan out. Relax your shoulders. Good. And then come back to center. Feet and your head and torso. And let's start with exercise with our block. So we're going to take our soles of our feet to the mat, slightly apart as possible, but the inside of our feet are touching first. Then open your knees out and put the block, the wide side, in between your thighs, like this. Good. And then arms can be next to your body. And what we're going to do here is just a little thigh activation. So on your inhale, on your exhale, you squeeze the block. And try to release with a little resistance on the inhale your pressure on the block. And on your exhale, squeeze the block again, all the way to the end of your exhale. And when your inhale starts, you gradually release the pressure from the block. Take that a few times for yourself, like maybe 3. On your inhale, letting go of the tension on the block. Exhale, squeezing the block. And you might notice on your exhale, your lower back becoming a little more flush with the floor. That's very good. And on your inhale, relax, and you notice the natural curve returning to your spine. Maybe 2 more times. So inhale, exhale, squeeze the block. Inhale, release. Exhale, squeeze. And I'm sure at the beginning it's hard to make that a long squeeze, like as long as your exhale, and the release as long as your inhale, but try. Good. And then take the block out, and we'll put it the short end in between our legs. And we are going to do a little, it's called building the container. So again, we're going to do the same as we did just now. We're going to squeeze the block, but we're going to do a few more things. So the first thing is squeeze the block. The second part is lifting your pelvic floor. Then it is engaging your buttocks, and then pushing your lower back into the mat. And this we do to try and contain and get our awareness to our pelvis and contain, in that way, teaching ourselves to contain the energy. So here we go. So inhale, exhale, squeeze the block, lift the pelvic floor, squeeze your buttocks, and then notice that lower back pushing into the mat. And then on your inhale, slowly release. So let that lower back come back, release the buttocks, the pelvic floor, and then the block. Okay, so take it at your own pace with your own breath. So inhale, exhale, block, pelvic floor, buttocks, lower back. Let go of the lower back, pelvic floor, buttocks, and last the thighs. The pelvic floor is, of course, takes a lot of practice to. I still can't do it all the time, releasing it in a controlled way. So just keep practicing, and even before bed is a good time to do that. And you can then also do it on your belly, as in Ashwini Mudra. I think I've shown you that in one of the previous videos. But okay, let's go ahead and do this 2 more times with our own breath. So inhale, exhale, squeeze the block, lift the pelvic floor, squeeze your buttocks and your lower back pushes into the floor. And then on your inhale, release gradually, if at all possible. Good. Inhale on your inhale, and then exhale. And inhale one more time. Exhale, squeeze, lift, tighten, and push your back in the floor. Inhale, let it all go. Good. All right. I think that's enough for that. Now let's come to all fours, and I just want to do something for our wrists, and that is a few wrist circles. Since we are pushing so much through the hands in yoga, especially in down dog, and we'll do quite a few down dogs today. We want to prepare our wrists. Doing these exercises every day will help with any stiffness in your wrists, in your hands. So, and then take the wrist circles left around. I take like 10 in total each side. I think we're here at 5, 6, 7, 8. And you can play around a little with bigger circles, smaller circles. Good. And then another one, which is really good and strengthening and having the joints move here, is the knuckle push-up. So still on all fours, and your hands are under your shoulders, knees under your hips, and we're going to push up our palms only. So palms come up and your thumb comes up, but your 4 long fingers stay on the mat. So this is called a knuckle push-up. Okay. And just we take 10 here. I hope you can see it. And it becomes harder the more you put your weight over your hands. It's a nice exercise to strengthen the hands, the wrists, and prepare them for your practice. Good. I think we have 10 over there. And then if you want, if they feel a little, you take some wrist circles. It even can help to just squeeze around the wrists. Good. All right, and then we're going to take our block again, and we're going to come into on our all fours for a cat-cow with the block, just to create that, just to make sure you are aware of your thighs and using them. So we are here in cat-cow, and we're going to just take a few normal cat-cows, and then we're going to add a little abdominal squeeze. So here we go. Inhale, arch the spine. Exhale, exhale, exhale. I mean round the spine. Good. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Good. And now I would like you to try on every exhale to bring your belly button a bit more towards your spine on that last end of your exhale. Not too harsh, but a little. And then inhale. Let it all go. Exhale. And pull that belly button to spine. Abdominal squeeze. Abdominal squeeze is good to stimulate circulation in your abdominal area. And that helps with, and it also helps with strengthening your abdominal wall. And any increase in circulation for any organ is of course good. So it'll also help with digestion, but also excretion. Good. Okay, now take just a few normal cat-cows without the additional squeeze. Just nice and easy. And maybe look over your left shoulder, look over your right shoulder. Little different engagement here. or stretch, sorry. Good. Okay, then take the block out. I'm gonna put something in my hair. And then, oh yeah, we're gonna go back to all fours, sorry. We're gonna wake up our core a little. So we were here. Let's take a few more of those side to side cat cows. It's not really, we're in neutral, so really having our belly button towards our spine, and then we look over our left shoulder to our left foot, and over our right shoulder to our right foot, and try not to really move the hips from side to side. It also feels good, but maybe try to see if you can find a nice stretch there on the outside of your side of your back and your neck. Good. Okay, and then to wake up our core a little bit, we're gonna hover. So we're gonna curl our toes under, and then we're just gonna push up and hold and find your breath. Really think about your belly button to spine. Sometimes a little movement helps. Easy breath. Your gaze is right in front, towards the mat. Good, and relax. Just come back to seated. Maybe you want to turn your wrists a little bit again. And then we do it one more time for a few breaths. So you can also take a hover over here without curling the feet, but that could be a little more heavy on your feet, on the backs of your feet. So just for now, let's take curl the feet under and hover. Belly button to spine, long neck, pushing through the hands. Three more breaths. Two. And last one. And relax and put your knees down and come back. For a moment, you can even, in this kneeling, it's a kneeling pose, you can have your toes under, feel a nice stretch like this for a moment. And we're going to go back on all fours. And we're going to do a little warm-up and a strengthener for around the hips. The fire hydrant. Okay, so stretching those feet a little bit here. And then let's come to all fours. And let's start with our right. And I'll turn like this. So you're on all fours, nicely hands under your shoulders, knees under your hips. And then we're going to take our right knee back to the side and down. Not too big of a circle. Oops. Let's start with small circles. I'm brushing my plant here in the back. Just tiny circles. And maybe you want to take them a little bigger after 5 or 7 small ones. Really think about still engaging your core, your lower abdomen, your navel to spine. Good. Good. And then take it out on the left. Just turn like this. So engagement, belly button to spine. Left leg comes up and we take small circles. Oh, well, we do first all the way out and then we do also in to out. The other way around. We only circle that other hip one way. Good. Now make him a little bigger. After a few circles. Keep pressing through the hands. That helps enormously. Good. Now, and let's go back to the right hip and We were going from back to front, now we're going to go front to back. So knee comes towards our elbow a little bit, then outside, then to the back. Good. Just lubricating the hip joint by some movement and stimulation of the synovial fluids, I believe they are called. Super interesting. I do not know why I never started physical therapy or anything else bodily engaged study. But you're never too old to learn, so here we go. On the left, front to back. And start small, sorry. Little circles first. So maybe only, what would you call that? Like 10 degrees up. And then work yourself up. No, not 10, what am I saying? Like more like 30. And then if you go here, it's a little high, 90. I wouldn't do that. I would stay here. Not too high at the warm-up. Good. I think we're feeling it. I am feeling it, so. All right, we're even on both sides now. Oh, and then let's stay here. Sorry. I'm going to take my socks off. It was a little chilly, but I'm already warming up. We're going to push back into down dog. Yeah, down dog. Here we go. Oh, first down dog. That feels nice. Stretching out the backs, just walking it out a little bit now, for now. Pushing through the hands. Lengthening the neck. Just walking it out. Good. And then let's come to our up high on our toes. Push through those hands. Send those sits bones up. So maybe you're here. See if you can really send your tail and your sits bones up. And then slowly let your heels move toward your mat. Good. And then we're going to go tiptoe or walk. But if you want to try the tiptoe, it's real nice. Every time you move your foot, you pull up the hip a little, and you're actually activating your core here. You're pulling up that leg with your lower core. And the slower, the harder. Good. But you don't need to do that. You can also just walk. But if you like a little challenge, you can always tiptoe in that way. Good. Now we're hanging in forward fold. Release your neck. Say yes, no. And let's come up to standing halfway. First your hands to your waist. On your inhale you come halfway. And exhale all the way up. Perfect. All right. Okay, let's come into a wide stance. Bring our arms nice and up. I think this is called C-star or whatever. C-star. Here we go. Really reach. Press your feet in the floor. Reach out those hands. Corner to corner. Corner, corner in the floor. On an inhale and on your exhale, let's go. Bend the knees and let your elbows lower until shoulder height. And now we're in goddess pose. And we're going to stay here and work the quads a little bit for a few breaths. So engage that belly button to spine. Make sure your knees are following your big toe of your foot. If you feel like your knees are falling in, make your toes point a little more in so you find more that good line over your feet. Good. Okay, quads are starting to wake up and get warm. Okay, and then inhale all the way out, reach. And exhale down into goddess squat. Just a few breaths here again, maybe 3. Maybe 2 is enough. Here we go. Inhale up. And exhale up here for a moment. Inhale, reach a bit further. And exhale down into Goddess. And let's stay for 2 breaths. Or 3 if you like. Maybe even close your eyes. And your next inhale, reach all the way up back into your sea star. Exhale, let those shoulders lower a little bit. Good. More space between your ears and your shoulders. Good. Inhale, reach a little further to all corners. And exhale back for the last time in squat. Goddess squat. Good. Maybe you want to play around a little with your toes. You're nice and stable. See if you can pull up your toes a little bit. Good. And inhale, up and out. Exhale, let the arms come down. Good. All right, I'm going to take my sweater off because we're getting a little warmer. And then let's come to the front of your mat. And we're going to step our left leg back. Just take a nice big step back. Good. Then we're going to, our hips are straight forward. We're going to really root through the feet. Then we're going to, and on an inhale, take our arms up. And exhale, bend that front knee. Maybe scoot a little forward if you need. Your knee cannot pass your ankle. Really press those feet on the floor. Send those arms up. Find length. Gaze is up, maybe. You can already take maybe a little back bend here. So on your inhale, elongate. And a little back bend. Exhale. Good. Pressing through those feet. Nice. See if you can let those shoulders relax. I notice often my shoulders are a little up high. Really relax your shoulders down. So maybe you can see it here a little bit better. Like this is really up if you want to reach, but see if you can really send them down. Yes, but still keeping that length. Good. So I'm going to turn back. Warrior 1, this is. And what we're going to do then is stretch our front leg, straighten our front leg, take our arms back, clasp your fingers, send your hands for a little back so your chest is opening nicely. Chest is opening nicely. And then we're going to, on an inhale, we're going to bend from the hips forward. Inhale. Keeping those arms there, but only halfway here. And, inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. Good. Exhale. Inhale up. Working also the core muscles here. Strengthening the lower back. Keep pressing those feet into the floor. Very good. Good. And the next time you're here, take maybe a little bend in the front knee and then just let yourself drape over your front leg. Head relax. Your hands can come either if you're here, you can get your hands on your shins, or if you can reach the floor, they're here. Otherwise, you can bring the floor towards you by using the blocks here, and just let your head hang. Still pressing through both feet. Inner angle pose. Konasana. Good. And then to come out, really press those feet into the mat as if you want to pull the mat away from each other. And then bring your head either to your waist and come up and step to the front. Good. And now we're going to do that on the other side. So we're going to take our right foot, just a nice step back, sorry. If you take them into 2 tracks, don't put them too close behind each other on one line, because that makes it really hard. So take them a little bit apart, as if they're on 2 tracks, not too wide, never wider than your hips. So here we are on the other side. I'm going to go into warrior 1. So inhale, arms up. Exhale, bend into that front knee. Maybe scoot your foot a little further if you need to. Keep pressing through that back foot. That outside of your right foot that is back. See if you can send it towards the floor. Good. Press to both feet. On an inhale, maybe gaze up, and exhale, little back bend. Nice. Inhale, come back. See if you can relax those shoulders again here, still pushing through the legs. Working that back leg. But also working the front by pushing back into it. Bringing everything to center. Good. Now on your next inhale, you are gonna lengthen that front leg, arms come back. Interlace your fingers, send your fingers backward. And open up the chest, nicely open up the chest. And here we go, in and out with the breath. So exhale to the front. Maybe you want to keep that micro bend in your front knee. Take a micro bend in your front knee. And inhale up. Exhale down. Inhale up. And maybe you're just here. And back up. Inhale up. Keep your arms active towards the back. So your chest stays nice and open. Bending from the hips. Exhaling to the front. And your next inhale when you're up. Prepare for going all the way down. So let your arms come loose and maybe find your blocks or your shin or the mat, whatever is accessible today. And let your head hang in Konasana. Find your breath. Just a few more. Good. And to come out, come back first, pressing into the floor or into your shin or into the blocks to a sort of straight back, and then place your arms either at the middle or back again and lift up to standing and right foot to the front. Very good, very nice. Okay. All right, check those legs out a little bit. You can definitely feel those muscles working there. Okay, and then wherever you are on the mat, maybe sometimes it's even nicer, not so much on carpet, but on bare floor, tiles or laminate or whatever you call it, wooden floor. Sometimes that is nicer than your mat, but here we go. So we're going to root down through our left foot, really tightening our left side, our left leg, strong left leg. You can think of your bandhas here and really pull up your pelvic floor, for example. And then your right foot comes comes to tippy toe at your heel where you opening up the hip. So either at your heel or at your calf or at your upper leg, your choice. So I'm going to have it here at calf, your arms. So find your balance first. Strong leg lifting up from your left hip especially. Strong leg, lift up from the hip, long low back. Strong legs. And then when you found your breath nice in your lower belly, you can either take your hands here at the heart, or if you like, up. And when you're ready for it, maybe even your gaze a little up. Find your breath. Easy, easy breath. Not jerky, not staggering. Nice, easy, smooth, continuous, all those things. But let's first focus on the easy. Good. Bring your hands back wherever they were, either to heart or your hips. And then release the leg. Shake that leg out and take it on the other side. So our tree pose on the right. So put your weight into your right leg. Really ground through that foot. Strong leg. Open your left knee out to the left. And then take your preferred position on the leg. Maybe here. And when you do this, especially when you go up high with your foot in your thigh, it helps enormously by thinking about forces working towards each other. So you're pushing with this foot, but you're also pushing back with your right thigh. So your left foot is pushing into your right, but your right thigh is giving resistance, bringing it all back to center, giving you the balance and the strength to stay on your leg. Good. So find your breath here. Your gaze can be a little forward on the floor, but never too close, because that'll set you off or, off balance. So always either 5 foot in front of you, like 1.5 meters or more. I don't know exactly how that translates. Or if you feel you want to bring your arms up. Whoa. Let those shoulders come down. Not here, but really here. Good. Find your breath. Maybe 2 more breaths. Good. And come out of your tree. Very nice. All right. Let's continue. Let's shake our legs out a little bit. And then continue with a sun salutation. Let's take the first one just normal through. Always nice. Here we go. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, fold. Plant your palms. Step your right foot back into a lunge. And then your left foot back into down dog. Good. And then come forward into plank. On an inhale. Exhale, lower to the floor, or chaturanga to up dog. Lower to the floor. Little cobra. And push back up. Maybe through a push-up plank. And then back to down dog. Step your right foot up to the front. And however, if you need to rest your knee first and then come to the front, however you get there. Exhale here. Let your head hang low. And then inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Good. And now let's take it to the left. So inhale. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, fold. Plant your palms, step your left foot back. Good. First take a nice lunge here, gaze forward. And then push back into your down dog. Good. Lengthen through the back. Inhale to back plank. Exhale, chaturanga to down dog. Or lower to the floor, little cobra. And then back up into down dog, plank and down dog. And then step your left foot up. And your right will meet it in the front. And big inhale. And exhale, fold. Good. Alright, so the next sun salutation will be a little bit more of an exercise because we're going to put a scorpion in it. And the scorpion I will show you. I'll show you on the left. So when we go down in our sun salutation and we come to down dog, we're going to lift our left foot up, bend the knee, open the hip. And then we're going to go all the way back, same way we came, but we're going to bring that left knee to our right elbow. And we're going to go back up, bend the knee, open the hip, and all the way back, left knee, right elbow. If that is too much, then when you bring your left leg up, or your right for that matter, here in three-legged dog, just bring your leg back and stay in down dog, because down dog is a very beneficial pose. It's also creating strength in your upper body. And actually, if you have a little cold or a little sniffy, down dogs are apparently pretty good because you're sending a little bit of blood to your head, and that will improve circulation and helps you with getting rid of your congestion. So, all that said, let me come out of this down dog. And then, so make your choice. Either you go into the scorpion with a little crunch to the front, or just the three-legged dog where you open the hip, bring the hip back, and then just down to normal down dog again. Okay, if you're going to go for the scorpion, you can take it as many times you like. I will only be doing 3 for now, but it's a great exercise for your abs all the way around, from the, how do you call it, the transverse abdominals to a good one. Okay, so here we go. On the right first, our sun salutation into a scorpion, or just three-legged dog into down dog. Okay, here we go. Inhale. And exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. And exhale, fold. Plant your palms. Step your right foot back into a lunge. And your left foot back into down dog. Now we raise our right leg up. Bend our right knee. Open the right hip. Maybe even gaze under our armpit. And there, here we go. Right knee to left elbow. That's 1. We go back up. Inhale up. Bend the knee, open the hip. Exhale, right knee, left elbow. Good. Inhale, right leg up. Bend the knee, open the hip. Peek under your armpit. Exhale, right knee to left elbow. Good. Bring it back up. But then down to down dog. All right. And then let's come forward into our plank. Exhale to the floor. In a little cobra, or whatever you chose, chaturanga to up dog. And then press into your plank. I like to do that. And then into down dog. Back. Step your right foot up. Left foot. Exhale. And then inhale all the way up. Exhale, hands to heart. Hope that went nice. Here we go. On the left. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, fold. Plant your palms. Step your left foot back. Gaze for a moment to the front in your lunge. Good. Step back into down dog. And here we go. Left leg up. Three-legged dog. Then bend that left knee. Open the left hip. Maybe peek under your left elbow. Armpit. And then bring that left knee to your right elbow. Good. Inhale up. Open. And crunch. Inhale. Up. Open. left knee, right elbow. Good. That was 3. Go up and place your left foot back into down dog. And here we go. Inhale to plank. Exhale, chaturanga to up dog. And back to down dog. Or you did lower to the floor, little cobra, back up and down dog. Here we go. Inhale up, inhale to plank. Oh, nee, down dog. Inhale, left leg forward, right to meet it, and then inhale all the way up, and exhale, hands to heart. All right, hope you liked that one. Good. Where did we arrive? We're gonna catch our breath for a moment. Notice how we feel. Maybe energized, hopefully not light in the head or dizzy or anything. So find your breath here. And then let's make our way down to the mat. But we're going to do that by ragdolling down. So really letting our head relax, and then see if you can imagine vertebrae by vertebrae rolling down, really trying to mimic a limp upper body. Ragdoll is also good for really relaxing the shoulders, your upper back. Really let it hang limp. You can take a nice little bend here in the knees, and then just plant your palms and come onto your knees, however way you want to come down. And then we're going to go on our belly for our back bend. So come to your belly, and we're going to take our hands under our shoulders. So bring your hands nicely under your shoulders. Yes. Your forehead can be on the floor for now. We're going to focus for a moment on the legs. We're really going to firm up the legs nicely close together. Then we're going to firm up the buttocks, pushing our pelvis into the floor. Then we arrive at the elbows. Really bring your elbows in next to your body. And if you can, see if you can pull your elbows a little back towards your feet. You really notice now the length created in your neck, from your neck to your shoulders. Good, here we are. So this is our position, our starting position. Firm legs, engaged buttocks, pelvis into the floor. And on an inhale, we're going to bring our nose up and draw a little line, half circle, or wherever you get with the nose. You're not pushing in your hands. They're there for support. Into Cobra. This is all your back, strengthening the back. Find your breath. Notice how it lets your little cobra, rise and fall on the breath. So we're not pushing in the hands. We can actually take them off. Good. Find your breath. Really keep those buttocks engaged. Keep pressing that pelvis into the floor. Good. And relax to the floor and lay your face on your right cheek for a moment. Good. Just take a moment here. And then we do that one more time. Okay, so forehead to the floor first, firming up the legs, engaging the buttocks, pushing your pelvis into the floor. Think about those elbows, not having them waving out, but really close to the body. And when they're there, see if you can pull those elbows towards the feet. Really nice lengthening, and lengthening away from the ears, those shoulders. Good. And then on an inhale, nicely draw that half moon with your nose. Or whatever you see in that line. Up. Not pushing in the hands. Find your breath. And maybe on an inhale, see if you can let go of the hands. Good. And relax back to the floor and turn to your left cheek on the mat. Very good. Take a few breaths here. And then bring your forearms under your head. And just slowly rock your head from side to side. And then we're going to do the same for our legs. Windshield wipers on our belly. Left to right. Combining it with the neck, you can, or with the head, you can. Very nice. Good. And then bring your hands again under your shoulders and then press back into child's pose. Either knees together or knees open, whatever you prefer. I'll go a little bit here. So nice child's pose here. Let me see the clock. Oh yeah, good, good. And if you need a big sigh like I just did, you just take it, of course. Whatever feels good. Back bends are exerting and also energizing, but you know, in the harder poses, of course, it's hard. It's not as easy to keep your breath smooth and continuous and all that. So sometimes you just need a little catch up with your breath. Good. And then before you before you come up out of your child's pose, think of your belly button and your navel. Pull that towards your spine. Engage it, and then engage your belly button to spine, and then get slowly back up. Okay, very nice. I'm gonna come to all fours here. I'm gonna take a nice little stretch. Am I saying that? No. We're gonna do a thread the needle, and I'm gonna show you like this. So we're gonna be in all fours, hands under the shoulders, knees under the hips. And first we're just gonna go with the breath. Inhale, right arm up, and exhale back. Inhale up, and exhale back. Just a few more times, 2 or 3. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, and exhale. Good. Inhale, and exhale. Good. And now we're gonna thread the needle. And for some of you, you might need a block in the end, but we're gonna thread the needle. So we're gonna bring up our right arm, and then we're gonna pull it through here on the left to the other side. You don't have to put your head down yet, because we're going to go back up again. Inhale and exhale. Inhale, push through that hand that is in front. Exhale to give you support. Maybe one more, and then you can either lay your head down if that's comfortable for you, or you can put your head on a block and bring the floor to you, like this, if this is not accessible. Okay. Find your breath. Stay here for a moment. Or like this, with your head on the block. Good. Good, and then slowly press back up. Take that one to the side for a moment, and then you take it to the left. So here we go. Inhale and down. Just a shorter movement here. Inhale, and every side is. You will discover, or you might have discovered already, your sides are so different. Nobody is equally flexible or strong on their different sides. So let's be the last one. So inhale and exhale back, and now we're going to thread the needle. So here we go. Inhale And exhale, thread the needle on your exhale. And inhale up. And exhale, slide it through. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale. And exhale. And maybe make this the last one. Inhale. And then rest your head on the side here. And just find that breath. Sometimes your hips start moving to the right or to the left. In this case, if you thread the needle with your left arm, your hips would like to go to the same side as your hand, but see if you can pull back your left hip. Pull that left hip back, and then notice the nice, notice what's happening all the way from your arm to your left thigh, really. Nice breaths, deep in the belly. Good. And then slowly really press through that hand in front to come out of your thread the needle. Then we're going to go, I'll show you this from this side, I think. Yeah, I'm going to do it from this side. So all fours. All fours. And this will be a nice lateral stretch. We're going to, let me see, stretch out the left leg. Then pivot on your right knee, so that your right leg comes perpendicular to your mat. You might have to adjust your stance of your right hand to be in line with your right knee, and then you open up. So your left foot comes flat on the mat, and then your right arm opens up. Your left arm opens up high, nice, pushing away from the mat. Keep your gaze for now at your hand. And in here, really make sure you engage belly button to spine, but also that you can push your hips a little forward. So you're stacking your hip above your knee. So if you're a little back with your butt, bring it forward. And you do that by just, engaging your buttocks helps tremendously to get in the right position. Okay, and if you want to, you can lift your left leg here for a few breaths. A little strengthening around the hip, left hip, but also your right hip supporting it. The left outside of your leg. And maybe at the last, when you put down your left foot, maybe stretch, just extend that arm over your ear for a moment. Good. Feel the nice stretch all the way from your left outside foot to the left tips of your fingers. Good. All right, and then slowly come out, turn back into your all fours. And I'm gonna turn around. You don't need to, because now we're gonna do it on the right. So extend your right leg, and then pivot on your left knee, so your lower leg comes perpendicular to your mat. Your right foot comes down on the mat. Maybe you have to adjust your left hand a little in line with your left knee, and then your right arm goes up, reaching high and long. Gaze can be to your hands or to the front, whatever your neck needs. Hope everybody can still hear me. Okay. And then, of course, engage those buttocks, getting your pelvis in the right position, helping your pelvis to be in the right position. Good. And then, if you want to, lift up your right. Really send out energy through that right leg and that foot. Activate through the foot. Find your breath. Maybe one more breath. Good. And then lower that foot, that extended leg, and maybe take your arm just for a moment over and take a nice stretch all the way from that right outside of your foot, of your right foot, all the way down to your right fingertips. Good. All right, and then let's take it back to all fours. And then just sit back. And we're going to come into our Dandasana, or staff pose. So our legs are nicely to the front, and I think it's beneficial for everyone here, especially when you're beginning, and me too. I'm also a beginner in the grand scheme of things. So I'm gonna sit on a little blanket or on a pillow, just to make sure you're. I'm pretty tight here in the hips also, and you don't want to have your lower back roll back. So you don't want to sit like this, but you really want to sit nice up on those sits bones without too much of those hip flexors activating, really. Okay, so helping a blanket or a pillow, anything like that, can help you. So here we are, Dandasana, but we're not going to stay here for long. We're going to open up the legs to wherever you feel comfortable. You absolutely don't need to be in a split or anything for this. So we're opening here, sitting on our sits bones, feet are activated, but now we're going to take our left foot in and put the left sole of your feet towards the inside of your right thigh. Okay, so your right leg is active, your right foot is active. You're nice and up, and then we're going to turn towards our bent leg. So we're nice in front, but then we're going to turn to the left. Raise our spine nice and long. And then we're going to go, it's called revolved head to knee. We're going to bring our right arm either here or next to it or on the inside. I like to put it on the inside. We're going to bring that right hand up, and your head is pointing in the direction of your right foot, head to foot. Yeah, head to toe. What? Oh my gosh, I have to look this up. How? What am I saying? Head to knee pose. Sorry, not to your foot, but head towards your knee on the side. And this leg up. This arm is reaching over. You can take it even, if you can, take it a bit more long towards your feet. But you want to keep your chest open. So often it's not accessible for me either. You want to open up, and then you see it's more important to have this open chest and then a long arm, and then you're here, and that's fine, because you want to do it right. So you're nice and open through the chest. Long arm. Imagine a long arm. Good. Find your breath. And slowly come back out, because it's a big stretch here on that left side. Okay, now we're going to take that left foot out and straighten that leg, and we're going to do that same thing on the right. So right foot comes to the inner side of your inner thigh of your left leg. Find those sits bones again, sitting nice and tall. Turn, twist towards your bent leg. Make yourself indeed long neck, long back. And when you're ready, take your arm either on top or on the inside. I like the inside. And then bring your arm up. Make sure your chest stays nice and open. And see if you can reach a little farther while keeping open. Good. Find your breath. You can also actually bring it to the outside of your leg. And on an inhale, you can see if you can grow a little. Inhale. And on your exhale, you sink a little more in your pose, but in your stretch here. But don't go too far. Go until, find your good spot. Good. And then inhale. Slowly come back out. All right, then we're going to continue. We're going to bring that leg in and bring him forward for a classic forward fold. Your feet can be, I'll put this from the side instead of showing you the bottoms of my feet. So nice on the blanket, if you like. Up in Dandasana, in our staff pose. Let's pull up, sit up, nice. Bring your arms up. Feet are active. And then reach with a long back, long flat lower back. Reach till the point where you can't keep your back really straight anymore. And then I would suggest take your arms down, maybe even bend your knees a little, and then fold over your front legs into a forward fold. And then while in your forward fold, really concentrate on your breath. You want to make sure your belly is really close to your thighs. You can even indeed hug your hamstrings. It's a real nice inward turning forward fold. Most of the forward folds have this effect, the inward focus. Good. And then to come out, relax your arms. Take your arms next to your legs, and then first take your head into a neutral, elongated, in line with the rest of your spine position. And then slowly but surely walk your hands back up and come back out of your forward fold. Good. Maybe pull your legs up. Take the blanket out from under you. And then we're going to roll to our back. So however you like to get there. I was thinking maybe grab your hamstrings, grabbing your hammies, and then just roll, or maybe take a rocking chair and, massage your lower back a little. Okay, and then plant your feet on the floor. Rest your head. Nice. And then we're going to take a little figure four. So we take our left foot, ankle, put it on our right knee. That's right. And then we're going to lift up. We're going to bring that take our hands around our right hamstring and see even if with our elbow can keep that left knee out a little bit. I'm going to see if we can pull that hamstring a little bit towards our belly. As you can see, I have gigantically tight hamstrings. So this is a very good stretch that I don't do often enough. Good. Find your breath. Notice your back nice and flush with the mat. You can let that right foot dangle down, or if you want to keep it a little more active, the pose, keep it in an angle of 90 degrees, that right knee. Take a few more breaths here and see if you can guide that left knee out a little, not push too hard, but guide it a little out. And then release your hands, bring them into a T position, and then bring your right foot down to the mat, and then let your left foot go towards the right into a spinal twist, but with your legs of figure four. If you want to wrap them even more, that's possible, but no, let's not do that. Let's just keep it in our figure four construction. Good. You can take your right hand to your left knee, left hand maybe to your sacrum. Just notice your breath. See if you can relax here. Relax your hips. On every exhale, see if you can let go a little bit of any tension that you're feeling there. Good. Now, bring our back to T, our arms back to T, and our knees back up to center. Maybe we need to readjust a little. So first step your soles of your feet back to the floor, and then right foot over left knee, right ankle over left knee. Hands go to our left hamstring, and we're gonna either keep the left foot out like this or nice and relaxed, whatever you feel like. And with the right elbow, we try to guide our right hip a little outward. And at the same time, trying to get that left knee a bit closer to our chest. And I think it's not only the hamstring, but it's also that muscle around it. I think it's called the piriformis or something. That is very tight. I have a very tight piriformis, I believe. So you can even rock a little bit from side to side here, or even make circles with that left knee to make the stretch a little more intense if you want to. Good. And then again, release your hands, back hands to T, and then put your left foot back to the floor, and then your right knee goes towards the floor. Good. And see if you can relax here, relax in the hips. Either hand on your left knee, right hand on your sacrum. Noticing your breath down into the pelvis. Very nice. Almost to the end here, I guess. We're into this practice probably an hour and 10 already, so haven't been able to speed it up really. I always add too much because I think, ooh, this will feel nice. Ooh, that'll be good. Anyway. Okay, come back to center, and then probably have to readjust your hips a little bit back into center. Bring your knees in. Stretch your left foot out, right knee to chest. Active left foot, and then grab your right ankle. Send your right sole of your feet up to the ceiling, and then come into a half happy baby. So let that right knee sink towards the floor next to your body here on the right, wherever you are, either hand at the ankle, hand at the side of your foot. And I'm gazing into a beautiful little sun there through the pine tree. That's nice. Very, very nice. See if you can relax that shoulder down to the floor. Excuse me, sorry. Good. And then just slowly bring your knee back to chest. Lift your left leg, lift your left knee back into your chest, and then extend the right leg. Do the same with your left. So nice, extend that right leg. Take your time there. And then bring the sole of your left foot up to the ceiling, and then come into a half happy baby on the left side. Maybe take your hand, if you can, to your hip, and see your right hand to your right hip. See that that hip doesn't really move up. See if you can keep your pelvis nice and even. Or you can take your, see my left, oh my gosh, my left side. And then your left into that half baby. So either your hand at the outside or at your ankle. Relaxing your shoulder towards the floor. Good. Okay, bring that left one back in to your chest. Bring your right knee up to your chest. And maybe just take a few hip circles here to the right. Knee circles, so you're massaging your lower back into the mat. And left around. Good. And if you like, bring your soles of your feet towards each other, and then your knees out and your hands are around your ankles, soles of your feet together for a reclined butterfly, Baddha Konasana. How would you say that then? Supta, yeah. Supta Baddha Konasana. Actually, supta means reclined, and then Baddha, I think is meant bound, and Konasana angle, bound angle pose. The other name is butterfly, so this is reclined butterfly. Okay. Nice stretching out a little bit. The hips, you can play around a little here. See if you find some movement. Good. And then bring your knees back together. Ooh, it's getting a little chilly here. And come into Shavasana. Hand palms facing up. Legs nice and relaxed. Neck relaxed. Feeling the complete support of the floor. Taking time here to let the benefits of your practice soak in into the memory of your body. Take a few nice breaths. Maybe see if you can imagine the breath traveling all the way from the crown of your head via your body on an exhale all the way down to your toes, and on the inhale all the way up, ankles, calves, knees, thighs, abdomen, chest, throat, head, and the top of your head. And exhale down. And inhale up. And exhale down. And inhale up. And exhale down. And inhale all the way up to the crown of your head. And now just let go of that. Return to your natural breath. Notice how you feel. And see, try to remember how your body feels. And then turn to your side, slowly, whatever side you prefer. Keep your eyes closed, maybe for just one more second. And then slowly open up your eyes. And push yourself up to seated. Ooh, I needed that. Okay. Come into a nice seated position. Take your hands to heart. Take a little bow. It's also just a nice stretch, neck stretch. And take a nice fold forward to seal in the benefits of your practice today. Thank you. Namaste. Hope you have a great day. See you next time.